Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is another plan with me for the week of December the 25th through the 31st, 2023. And I cannot believe we've gotten here so very fast. It seems like, I don't know, like just yesterday it was Valentine's Day, and now we're in December. I definitely want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. If you celebrate this holiday time, or just happy holidays, or simply hi. I hope you all had a restful holiday. If by chance you were off for any reason, this holiday was especially special for me because I've worked in 24-hour facilities for the last 7 years, I would say. And I have never had as many days off during the holidays as I've had since working at my current job, my current full-time job, rather. And it's amazing. And I'll tell you that I only knew that I had this many days off when I looked at the schedule, because I was looking at the schedule to pick up hours. And when I didn't see myself on the schedule for this Sunday, today is actually Christmas, but when I didn't see myself on the schedule for the 24th, I thought something was wrong. And then I kept looking and I was like, oh, I'll just let them know, but let me just look for, any availability in terms of extra hours. So then I did the same thing for New Year's, and I know I worked New Year's Day, but I saw me not down for the day before on the eve. And I asked my supervisor, and she said, well, if you didn't sign up for it, then you don't have to work it. And I said, are you serious? And the hospital has never been like a no-go. Most jobs will have you work. You have to either work the day before or the day after to get paid for the holiday. 24-hour facilities is ran a bit different, but this has been the most different that I've ever seen. Even in working in the hospital, you get a certain amount of hours for the day before that you don't work. It's different how that goes. And here, even though they don't count the eve of Christmas or New Year's as a holiday, but they observe it. It's not a paid holiday, but they observe it as a holiday. So if you don't sign up for it, or if you wasn't assigned to work it, then you don't. And I was like, okay. So I had a lot of days, and because I'm typically a 10-hour shifter, it works out well. So I was happy because I had a chance to be home. Unfortunately, my daughter has recently been sick. She's been sick since October, actually, and we just found out what it was because I took her to the ER earlier this week. Very much disappointed because that is a fee for the ER, and all we got was antibiotics, which is what she was on previously. It's a virus, adenovirus, I want to say. I know I'm probably butchering that and saying it wrong, but basically, if it's a bad case of it, then it lasts for weeks, which definitely that's what she had. I'm more upset because they did not do certain tests when we went to the ER, and it's just disappointing, especially being the season that it is and how many cases. When I took her to her primary doctor, they even mentioned that on Friday. Her primary doctor was surprised that they didn't do it. I'm just happy that we now know what it is, and it basically has to run its course unless she has a fever, which she had for a few days, as well as the pink eye, which she developed a couple of days ago too. But that's something that kind of follows it. But I'm just grateful that she is getting better. Unfortunate that she missed the whole last week of school. But if you all have children, you know how it can be, especially when they're sick. and trying to keep the whole house from getting sick right along with them, but keep everybody separated. And it's especially hard if you have special needs kids that are nonverbal and don't quite understand what's going on. So I'm just really thankful to God that she is feeling better. I am loving now onto the planner. I am loving, as I mentioned before, being in this composition notebook. I really feel like it's done wonders. As I keep using it, I do have to continuously look back and forth because the weekly forecast is not something that I did a dashboard before, but the dashboard wasn't solidified to certain things. It was just randomly what I wanted for that week. But I am really liking this spread. I decided to completely fill in the whole page for Christmas because I know I won't be doing too much of anything. And I also wanted to finish up using some of the stickers that I set out to do because I know I won't get a chance to use these again until next year. So I was a little bit afraid of it not sticking next year. So I just wanted to use what I could up. And some of the remaining stickers that I have from Pip Sticks, I am going to use in my journal. By the way, speaking of journaling, definitely subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. I will be doing a upcoming video on the journals that I'll be using. And I went back and forth about doing a planner lineup, but because my planners are basically going to be, like notebooks, composition notebooks, all of that. It's something that's normal. The only thing that I am using that's consistent throughout the year is another Moleskine Daily Pocket and the couple of journals that I'm working in. So I will be doing a video on that just so you all can see what's going on with that. I'm doing journaling definitely different than I've ever done before. So I'm really excited about that. Really excited to explore all of that and learn new things with that and just have fun with it. I do plan on also doing a couple of flips from the journals that I've used this year, especially the ones that I've stopped using, that I started, either I bought, started, and stopped, or didn't really use at all, because I just wanted to share some of what kind of stopped me from using them or being productive in them, rather. So that is something that is on the come up. Other than that, I've pretty much just been trying to maintain. I was super duper excited because earlier this week I was able to print my license. I was very shocked about that. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember anyone that I know that has the license that said that they were just able to print it. So I was really shocked when I got the email that I had the ability to print it and them not charge me a fee or anything for it. But I was really happy about that. Of course, I printed it ASAP because it's an accomplishment that I still need to celebrate. It has been so much going on for this whole year in reality, but really like the last 6 months, where I was not able to really celebrate my birthday in October because it was the loss of my kid's grandmother, not my mother, their grandmother on their father's side, and that was very much traumatic. Still kind of going through with that, especially this being the second major holiday since her passing, and trying to adjust and recover from a lot of things. Just a lot of things happened these last 6 months, and I was not able to really celebrate anything. And if I'm being honest, this Christmas was a struggle for me because I had just felt so worn out. So one of the major things that I am looking forward to and thinking about doing a video on is my goals going into 2024. And I'll say it right now. I apologize for the lighting in here. As you all know, if you have been watching me for a while, then you know I am not tech savvy. I am not a good editor. I am not one of those YouTubers that is really good at editing and I'm not that. And I'm not even going to try to be. I love sharing and I love just communicating with you all. So that is more important to me than getting everything specifically perfect. So I do apologize for the lighting. It's not like this if I do it during the day. And the other setting that I had, I didn't bump into it. I didn't run into these problems because it was in a different space where I was filming at, and the camera holder was different because it held really high above. So hopefully I'll get back to it. It's difficult with my hand and maneuvering. So that is partly the reason why I've been using this form of filming. Shout out to any and everyone that shares how the filming is, whether it's filming, voice quality, or anything like that. I really, really appreciate that because it helps me be able to adjust what I'm able to. And hopefully the voice quality is a little bit better. But I do want to talk some about, and I was thinking about doing a separate video on my goals, and not so much goals. I think I get saying goals from work, but my intentions, rather specifically the term goals, just don't go over well with me. Anytime I've set goals, so to speak, it just didn't work out. When I found myself using the word intentions, it just went over a little bit better. So I definitely encourage you all to reframe wording, terminology, all of that if it has an effect on your progress, because you'd be surprised how using certain words affect others. And I have learned that so much and so well just being in the field that I'm in now. And the difference between talking to someone about anxiety and versus to saying, oh, do you get a little nervous? Or saying sadness and encompassing various symptoms of sadness as it relates to depression, and versus to just saying depression. For some people, that is a huge, huge deal. So I urge you to think about the words that you're using, especially this coming year, and think about if it is causing you to be unproductive or more productive. This year is something that I also did that I did it once before, but I never really paid attention to it. Used a word of the year. So I am using a word of the year, and I definitely plan on being intentional with it because it's something that I really need. I am using the word calm for this year, and that's because that is what I need things to be. This is the first year that my intentions for the year will not be surrounded around a long list of complicated and challenging goals that I'm trying to reach, because I just can't. And for once, I'm happy that I've realized that I can't, I don't want to, I don't have it in me. It would make me a not pleasant person if I tried to push myself in that direction and just go with the bare basics or foundation of things. So it's almost like I'm doing a total reset for my whole life in general, changing quite a bit of things. So I can see myself even in 2025 kind of focusing with the same intentions of like routine, healthcare, self-care, getting a better relationship with myself, developing a better relationship with those that I interact with, because all of that plays a huge role in how productive or unproductive you are. And I am realizing that more than ever now. But yeah, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe.